This winter has been a rough one. I know a lot of people have been dealing with sickness and colds, flus. It's been just a really, really rough winter. My little lady at about 12 months experienced her first all through the night fever. And it was horrible, right? As a new mother, when your little one is sick, it's awful to begin with, but when she can't really explain to you what's going on or what she's feeling, and you know she has a fever and she's just uncomfortable and getting through the night, I was scared by it. So my little one was fighting a fever, and I also know that fevers can be beneficial. And so in the middle of the night, obviously I couldn't sleep. I don't know if it was just knowing that she had a fever and that I was scared, or that I was just hot because I was next to her. But I ended up praying. I'm a very visual person, so I pictured her body heating up. Her body is heating up. She had a fever. She was living at about a 101, 102 every once in a while she'd get up to, but she stayed at about 101. And that's a pretty decent fever, and her body is heating up. And I started picturing the little white blood cells in her system, or the little strong warriors in her system, fighting off the disease, fighting off the bad, the virus, the bacteria. All of her good cells are fighting the others. But what happens when her body heats up during this battle is that the bad cells can't handle the heat. That's the point of fever, right? Your body heats up to kill off whatever is invading it. And so I had to just have this picture in my head of this battle between the good and bad cells in her body, and that heat coming and getting hotter and hotter. And her good cells it's tough. The heat is tough on the good cells too, but they are built for this. They are made strong. They are made to deal with this heat. And the bacteria and the viruses, they're not. They are scorched. They are burned in the heat. And they're eradicated. They are no more. And so I was going through that picture in my head, and I started to think, it's the same with our personal faith journeys. The heat turns up in our lives. I don't know about you, but I've had the heat turned up in my life before, and I'm sure that you've experienced the furnace on different occasions. And when that heat is turned up in your life, when the stress gets turned up, and the trials at work, and the trials in your family, and the trials with your friends, or with people, complete strangers, whatever it is, when those trials start to overwhelm you and the heat is getting turned up, I want you to remember that it's like a fever. A fever is uncomfortable, and it keeps us up in the night, and it makes us sweat, and it makes us hurt, and it makes us frustrated. But here's the deal. The bad in your life, it can't handle the fever. Everything that's bad, all the viruses in your life, all the toxicity in your life, all the people, all the things, everything in your life that is bad cannot handle the heat. But everything that is good, everything that is pure, everything that is true, and everything that is set on the foundation of Christ can handle that heat. I want to remind you of this because a fever is not always bad. Sometimes we need it. Sometimes we need that fever. Like the Bible says, we are like gold purified. And to purify gold, it needs to be heated up. The gold needs to be heated up so the junk on the top can be swept away. And it's the same in a fever. And so when the world around you is heating up and it feels like it's just too hot and you just can't take it, I want you to remember that the bad is being killed off in you. The pride, the selfishness, the insufficiency you might feel, the guilt, the burdens, all of the things that you think are keeping you from Christ, that is what is being burned in these hard times, in these hot furnace-like experiences. And I want you to know that you're going to come out stronger on the other side so long as you hold on to that which is true, and that which is pure, and that which is good, and that is Christ and His salvation and His righteousness. If you hold on to that, He will come into your life and He will make your life new, and His good cells, His good soldiers will fight off the bad bacteria and the bad viruses in your life, and you will come out stronger on the other end. Just like my daughter, her fever broke broke the next morning, and she slowly started feeling better and started feeling stronger. And you know what? Because she experienced that fever, she has a stronger immune system now, because her white blood cells, or her little strong cells that made it through that fever, they have been emboldened, they have been strengthened by this process, and now her immunity is stronger because she went through that trial. Every trial you go through, you will come out stronger on the other end, and you will have a stronger immunity against sin. You'll have a stronger immunity against all the trials that the devil wants to throw at you, because Christ will have won through you. So I'm just reminding you today that anytime that you're dealing with a fever, literal or figurative, I just want you to look to Christ and to ask Him to show you, to reveal to you what He's trying to teach you and what He's trying to purge from your life, to scorch, to burn away from your life.